Man must understand and experience Scripture for himself before he can begin to actually, in the wildest manner, fully appreciate what it is. It is so different in prospect from what it comes to be seen in retrospect. Now tonight I'm going to do something I haven't done since I started lecturing 34 years ago. I started on the 2nd day of February, 1938. And I've never taken a piece of paper to the platform to read, whether I'm here before a living audience or radio or TV. I've always spoken extemporaneously, which I will tonight, but for just a short interval of time that I may not misquote. I'm confining myself to only one Bible, the Revised Standard Version. I have many Bibles at home, but that you may look it up, those of you who take it on tape, that you may turn to the one Bible, the Revised Standard Version. Tonight it is my joy in showing you the correspondence between the David of the Old Testament and the Christ of the New. The Old Testament is a prophetic blueprint. The New is its fulfillment. David of the Old is the Christ of the New. Jehovah of the Old is the Jesus of the New. The whole drama is the drama of Father and Son. It's all about you. It is seen so differently after you've experienced it. So now that I may not misquote, I've made just one page to show you the parallels. And then I will discuss it. So here we'll start with what David claims first. But always put the Old Testament first because that comes first. Now here I am quoting from the 40th Psalm, the 7th verse. This is called a Psalm of David. In the roll of the book it is written of me. John 5:39. These are the words now of the Christ of the New. You search the Scriptures, and it is they that bear witness to me. Each makes the claim that the Bible is all about them. Now, in the 22nd Psalm, David makes the claim, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? The first words on the cross in the New Testament, from the 27th chapter, the 46th verse of Matthew. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? The 22nd Psalm, the 8th verse. He committed his cause to the Lord. Let him deliver him. Matthew 27:43. He trusts in God. Let God deliver him now. For he said, I am the Son of God. David said, I will tell of the Lord. He said unto me, thou art my son. That's the 7th verse of the 2nd Psalm. Now in the 22nd Psalm, 22nd verse, these are the words of David. I will tell of thy name to my brethren. In the 17th chapter, the 26th verse of the Gospel of John, these are the words of Christ. I made known to them thy name, and I will make it known, that the love with which thou hast loved me may be in them, and I in them. Now, the 22nd Psalm, the 18th verse. They divided my garments among them, and for my raiment they cast lots. The 27th chapter of Matthew, the 35th verse. They divided his garments among them by casting lots. The 31st Psalm, the 5th verse. Into thy hand I commit my spirit. The 23rd chapter, the 46th verse of Luke. Father, into thy hands I commit my spirit. The 132nd Psalm, the 1st verse. Remember, O Lord, in David's favor, all the hardships he endured. The 24th chapter, the 25th and 26th verses of Luke. O foolish men, and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Was it not necessary that the Christ should suffer these things and enter into his glory? The 34th Psalm, the 20th verse. He keeps all his bones, not one of them is broken. The 19th chapter of John, the 33rd and 36th verses. When they came to Jesus and saw that he was already dead, they did not break his legs. For these things took place that the scripture might be fulfilled. Not a bone of him shall be broken. Now we are told, and these are the words of Christ, in the 10th chapter, the 35th verse of John. And scripture cannot be broken. The body spoken of is not this little garment of flesh. Both claim that the scripture is all about them. That's their body. And not one statement can be altered. It must be fulfilled. It cannot be broken. Scripture cannot be broken. Now, the 118th Psalm, the 22nd verse. The stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. The 20th chapter, the 17th verse of Luke. The very stone which the builders rejected has become the head of the corner. Now from the book of Zechariah, the 12th chapter, the 10th verse. I will pour out on the house of David a spirit of compassion, so that when they look on him whom they have pierced, they shall mourn for him as one mourns for an only son, and weep bitterly over him as one weeps over a firstborn. Now, in the 19th chapter, the 37th verse of John, and they looked on him whom they have pierced. Now the 89th Psalm, the 27th verse. And I will make him the firstborn, the highest of the kings of the earth. The first chapter, the 5th verse of Revelation. Jesus Christ, the faithful witness, the firstborn of the dead, and the ruler of kings on earth. Anyone, unless his prejudice beyond repair, could not hear what you've heard tonight and not see the correspondence between the David of the old and the Christ of the new. As I said earlier, until man experiences Scripture, it's to him a closed book. Man has to actually experience Scripture to understand how altogether wonderful it is. And when it happens not as the world thought it would happen. It's so different in prospect from what it comes to be seen in retrospect. You read a book and you expect it to happen on the outside, and everything happens. A child comes into the world, is born on the outside, and you see the baby. You see the parents, you see everything on the outside. Here, it is not on the outside. The whole drama unfolds itself within the individual.